speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome to speak on it. Welcome to speak on it. I'm in. Welcome to speak on it. Welcome to speak on it. I'm in. Welcome to speak on it. Welcome to speak on it. I'm in. Welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm in. 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 I'm in. Who you with, Kirk, dog? Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, dog. I'm in. Who you with, Kirk, dog? Happy Monday to everyone. Hopefully y'all had a great weekend this past weekend, this extended weekend, because a lot of people still off from the weekend. Happy second Juneteenth to you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Oh man, it's been a great weekend. Didn't do much besides shave my head and watch a couple of movies. So that's about it. But tonight we're going to talk about some stories that is in the news tonight. Going to talk about Anthony Campo, the former police chief that resigned after leaving a KKK sign on a black officer desk. We're going to hit on that tonight. And then Thomas Robertson. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. He's a former cop accused of taking part in the Capitol riot, but also he was told to give up all his guns, but he made the purchase of several of them. So we're going to hit on that a little bit tonight. Then also, if y'all haven't seen the video by now, Edward Mathews out of New Jersey, he did some crazy stuff on Friday, and now he's paying for it. So, and another video just recently came out. So we're probably going to play the sound bite on the first video and the second video and get your opinion about it. You can live chat with us in the chat room. And you can also call in. But it's a couple of rules with calling in. You call in, please do not block your number. I won't answer. I get too many spam calls already, so please do not block your number. And also call with facts. No conspiracy theory allowed here. Call with facts, and also be respectful. If you can do that, it's all good in the neighborhood. So once again, welcome everyone to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, dog. I'm who you with, Kirk, dog. And whichever platform you're on, please take the time to like, share, subscribe, click the notification, for you can know exactly when we come on live or if we're doing a replay. So definitely take the opportunity of doing that, because you don't want to miss any shows. Everything that we talk about is facts. So you can definitely verify it for yourself. So this came out over the weekend. Ohio police chief out after leaving a KKK note on a black officer coat that was on the desk. The video very disturbing. He take the time to print up the memo, and where it had police going across the back of it, he decided to put a Ku Klux Klan's and printed out a piece of paper that said Ku Klux Klans and taped it on the back of his jacket where it said police. And he thought it was a real funny joke in times like this. It's not a joke. We see too many events that are going on in this world where people think it's okay to be a racist. Well, we're in different times now. You're going to mess around and run across the wrong person, and they're not going to take it too well. So definitely be mindful of that. Welcome to the show. T-Cal is in the house. Said, hey, Kurt, though. She said, what? These people are out of control. Yes, they are. And some of them just don't care, because what they do, they charge up folks that they feel that is unable to protect themselves. But you never know who's lurking around and paying attention to what's going on. And that's what happened a little bit later we'll talk about. But with this police chief, civilian video from the Sheffield Lake Police Department in Ohio shows a longtime chief printing a note reading Ku Klux Klan and placing it on a black officer raincoat, according to the city mayor. Sheffield Lake Mayor Dennis Breen said he was made aware of the incident, which occurred last week, by the police union. Chief Anthony Campo was immediately placed on administrative leave pending a review of the video. Breen told NBC affiliated WKYC of Cleveland, I said, I don't even hear about it. I want to even hear about it. Breen said, describe his conversation with Campo. I said, you already have admitted to it. And I said, you got 10 minutes to get out of this office. I said, I want your keys, badge, and that's it. Get out. Breen said he also met with the officer following the incident to apologize for Campo's action. It took us 10 minutes to even talk to each other because we both was very emotional, he said, and I apologized to him. We talked about the situation and he told me a little bit more. I was just flabbergasted that there's no one word to explain how disgusting this is. The footage, which was obtained by the news station, captured Campo standing at the department copier and placing the Klan printout on the coat. The KKK was an organization in the South after the Civil War to assert white supremacists often used violence. Campo told WKYC in a phone interview that he retired shortly after being placed on leave. He added that what was meant to be part of an off-color joke is being overblown. And he was great. He has great respect for the officer who he hired, according to the news station. NBC News efforts to reach Campo and the police union on Saturday were unsuccessful. Officials in Sheffield Lake, a city about 25 miles west of Cleveland, have not released the name of the officer involved, according to Breen. The officer is declining to speak and has retained a lawyer for possible action. Campo spent 3 decades on the police force and became chief 8 years ago. Yeah, and that's what we have to deal with on a daily basis. T-Cal said, yeah, they do, but when they find the right one, then they want to change their stories. Exactly. When they find someone that is going to stand up for the least of these, then it's a different problem. They don't want to approach someone that is tired of this and want things to change. So that's always an issue, and we see this all so often. TCAL said they always try to apologize, not because they are sorry, but truly it's because they caught exactly, exactly. Oh, the official Boston. I'm talking about this story in just a little bit, but if you have information about it, please call and let us know, because I know there's a lot of protests going on there right now. So if you can, definitely take the time out to call 972-591-3665, 972-591-3665, and let us know what the tone is. I haven't got to the story yet, but I could definitely talk about it. If you want to call in and give us an eyewitness view of it, definitely call, and we'll talk about it as soon as you call. So what she's talking about is Edward Mathews, which is actually in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, which is I guess it happened on Friday. He been going around the apartment complex and approaching people that don't look like him. And because of that, he approached this couple, and I don't know who the brother was that stood up, but he approached this couple, and this brother stood between him and this couple, and the guy made all type of threats. And we're going to talk about that police force, because I personally feel like they haven't done enough for it. And Lieutenant Paul, the one that is over this investigation, Paul, I can't remember his last name, but hopefully you reach out to me, because I want to know more information about this case, because more charges should be filed, as well as assault, because the guy did come up and push him with his stomach. And that's when the guy pushed him off of it. Now, this whole police force definitely need to look at itself, because apparently the way that the guy was talking, he felt like it was okay, and there was nothing that the police can do to him for even coming there. So, and the guy kept saying this in the video, they not gonna do anything. I just ran them off from this complex over in front of somebody else's house. Well, also in this video, this guy also talked about a shooting that occurred at another location. He knew a lot of details about it, what type of weapon it was. So with that being said, you might want to look at him also. And he said, and guess what? I was at work. Just because you're saying you at work don't mean you didn't set it up. And I guess a couple of hours ago, another video came out about the situation. And when this video came out, it actually someone else approached him. Now he's trying to blame the police department for giving out his information, but actually he gave out his own address on the first video and told people to pull up, come see me. So when they showed up, now he want to talk a new tone, and he want to blame it on the alcohol. Well, if you can't hold your alcohol, you might want to put it down. Not only about the fact of not being able to hold your alcohol, the fact that your true colors came out once you got that alcohol in you. And we all know how most races do. I have black friends here. I have black friends there. And that's what he started to do on this second video, talking about pointing out black neighbors. Oh, they are my neighbors. They know I'm good. I'm cool. This neighbor over here, no, I'm good. I'm cool. Well, guess what? The guy said it the best. You need to pack up, move out, because you bring in a lot of trouble to your neighbors that shouldn't even have to happen. If you treat people the same way you want to be treated, it wouldn't even happen. But because of the way you was raised, Um, because of the way you was raised, that's that generation curse we need a break. Because so many folks are raised with hate in their heart. Racism is not something you're born with. It's something that you're taught. And Matthew, at this point, your horns are showing. You are a racist. Yes, you are. It's no other way of putting it. With the things you said in that video, I watched the video several times, and only thing I can say, well, look, I'm glad it wasn't me, because it would have been a different headline. It would have been a complete different headline. Once you came into my space, I felt like my life was threatened. Because here it is, you on my porch. You on my sidewalk to come up to my front door. And you're talking about the police can't do nothing? And then the police act like he wasn't going to do anything and didn't do anything until that video went viral. Once that video went viral, then they decide to send him a letter in the mail. So yeah, it is a problem. And the problem is we have all these racist ass folks that Trump had gave the balls to do things that they normally wouldn't do. And then we have these racist ass leaders that are also doing the things that they want to do, which basically nothing. That's why voting is so important, because here it is, this police force wasn't going to do anything, wasn't going to do a thing. But as I was doing my research, if you just not tuning in, I do make phone calls. I do investigate all the stories. And when I called, they asking for tips for what's going on. I called and said, hell, he need to be charged with assault. When he pushed that man with his stomach, that's an assault. He touched that man. So that should be an assault. And the woman said, well, there's no officer you can speak to right now. They're all tied up. I'm like, who's the officer investigating this case? And she gave me Lieutenant Paul. I forgot the last name. And I said, okay, fine. Hold on. We got a call from New York. Hold on. Speak on it. You live on air? Hello? Oh, there you go. You there? Hello? Hold on real quick. Not sure why they hung up. Okay, call back. Call back if you. I seen a call from New York. You could call back. Listen. Make sure your computer is cut down, for I won't get feedback and you're trying to hear me answering the phone at the same time. So you can call back and I will bring you back through. But also, when I called, the lady told me, well, right now we don't have any officer available you can talk with. We got something major going on. We're kind of find out what they had major going on. The protest that is going on at Edward Mathews' home, which could have been avoided if he minded his damn business. It could have been avoided. So that's the problem that we have here in America. All this racist act that goes on, and people feel they can do and say whatever they want to just because they white. That don't give you power to do things like that. You're not God. You cannot pick and choose who is here. You cannot pick and choose where people live. But then you want to try to attack folks. But then as soon as someone stand up and say, no, you're not going to do this on my watch, Then you want to apologize. Want to say, I'm sorry. I was wrong for what I done. He need to be brought up on hate crimes. That police department need to be investigated because that officer that came out, I think he said his name was Officer Billy on the video or something. He need to be investigated because the way that he walked up and act like it wasn't no problem with what this guy was doing. Because even once the police got there, he's talking noise to the police. Now, if that was a black or brown person, they would have been thrown on the ground, would have had the force out there, and they would have been arrested. But because he was white, he just played it off, kind of joke with him about it. This ain't no joke. This is not a game. It's not a game. But this officer took it as if it was no problem. He calling them niggas and stuff like that, monkeys and shit. Man, this is 2021. You will get your ass moppy-wop, molly-wop, whatever those young folks be saying. You'll get your ass toe up this day and time because this is too much. Every day we having to deal with stuff like this. But because of Trump and the way they handled that situation with Trump, we're still dealing with it and going to continue to deal with it until we get the right elected officials to make laws against stuff like this and hold these folks accountable. T-Cal said exactly, and then they have the nerve to say, I got black friends. Exactly. They always play that black card. Oh, I got black friends. I'm not racist. If you got to identify that you have black friends, you're racist. To justify what you're doing, you're going to be a racist. Yes, you are. You will be a racist because it never should happen. Welcome to the show, Marcellus Smith. Always supporting the show. It's the people show. Yes, it is. This is a show for everybody. Regardless of who you support, don't support. Only thing we ask for is facts. That's it. Ask for facts and also no conspiracy theory. And be open. Everybody have their own opinion, but be respectful to everybody else's opinion. Now, the stories that we talk about on here is all facts. If we make a mistake, I'll be the first one to say, hey, we made a mistake on this. And sometimes if it's your first time listening, whichever platform you're listening on, please take the time out, like, subscribe, click the notification, share it with a friend, let them know we are live, and you can always chat live with us in the chat room. Excuse me. But also, you're always welcome to call in. Only thing about calling in, please do not block your number. I don't call you back, but we get a lot of crazy folks to come on here. Excuse me. And also, if you're on my personal Facebook page, please go over to the show page, speak on it with Who You With, Kurt Dog. And then when you chat in the chat room, we can put it up on the screen also. So definitely do that. Matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can play the sound bite from both videos, from the first one and the second one. So if you could just hold off from calling before you call to allow the video to actually go through for people to get the opportunity to hear it. Twice. Awesome. That's his friend. You know, fucking bugging me. You know why I'm going in through? I don't care. I don't give a shit. So why you're here? I don't give a shit. So why you're here? I don't give a shit. They get the fuck out of here. I don't give a shit. Put your hands on me one more time. Both people trying to come close. Hold on. That's right there. I know. Right there. That's right there. Go to rolling jerseys. Back up. Go close. Back up. Keep backing up. Back up. Keep backing up. Don't touch me. 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 Fucking bastard. That's right.
Yeah, my parents are both dead. Yeah, what the fuck? My parents are both dead too. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What you gonna do? Nothing. All what you do is harass all people. That's all you know how to do. These motherfuckers are taking. I don't give a shit. Well, you shut the fuck up. Touch him. Touch him. That's what I want you to do. Touch him. Shoot up for you. Touch him. That's all I want you to do. Touch him. I know better. Oh, dude, you know better. Get the fuck out of here. I got you 3 times. I don't give a shit. Don't worry. I don't give a shit about that. Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna wait for the cops to show up. Yes. For the soul. Yes. What? Wait for him. Wait for him. We will. Yes. Keep waiting. I am. You walking on someone's responsibility. This isn't their property, you dumb fuck. You dumb fuck. This is. I don't know. This is common. I don't ignorant. Right. No, they don't. They don't have any right. Get the fuck out of here. No right. This is called common ground. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's all you know how to do. Welcome, harass all people. Nobody's harassed anybody. Yes, you have been. You have been. You get the fuck out of here. Okay? I have every right to be here like you do. Oh, yeah. Just like he does right here. This is called common property. I don't care. Okay, well, if you don't care, walk away. Learn your law. Walk away. It's not Africa. Oh, this is not a solid area. I was born in America. Well, you know what common ground is. I don't give a shit about you. You don't give a shit about shit. Go out. Go back to your house. Go out the door. Go do your shit. I'm right here. Okay, stay right there. You want to go through. You want to harass me. Sure. I'm going to stay right here. This monkey over here, this monkey over here, both have videotape of you putting your hands on me twice. Oh, yeah, exactly. So what the fuck are you going to go on it? I'm going to press charges. Go on it. We will. Go on it. You know what the police can do? What do the police do? Nothing. Exactly. They have no jurisdiction here. Okay, they don't. Okay, that's fine. So when they get here, I'm going to walk them the fuck off like I just did in front of Berlin's house. Okay. Who's Berlin? Okay. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Secretary of the board. How my daughter out of here. I don't care. I don't care. You will not going to harass them. You will not go talk to him. Keep laughing. I am. No, good. I will. Oh, good. Keep laughing. That's all you know how to do. That's all you know how to do. That's it. That's it. That's all you know how to do. I didn't touch you. You touched me. I don't give a shit. That's good. I don't give a shit. You know that. Yes, exactly. I don't give two shits about it. You can't go press charges. I don't give two shits about it. Hold on. You're right. I don't give a shit. Why can't I press charges? Why can't I press charges? You just have no jurisdiction here. Nothing. There you go. There you go. Brandon, you have no idea what you're getting involved in. Don't talk to me. And if you want to be involved in this, I'm going to talk to whoever I want. Exactly. If you want to get involved in this, you know what happened? The last one? I don't want you to broke down windows. Dude, I don't care. Cookie's windows got shot out with a shotgun. I don't care. 222s to the fucking front face. In Cherry Hill, their fucking daughter got smashed. Is that what you want? No. And you want to know where I was when all this happened? I don't care. At work, monkey. I don't care where you were. At morgue. Just like I told the Mount police, get these fucking monkey niggers out of here and you can't do shit. That's me talking shit. 3602, Gramercy Way, that's where I live. Come fucking see me. Hey, White, why are you back over here?
Somebody called me.
Someone called you. It's private property. You have no jurisdiction here whatsoever.
None. He calls me.
Hold on. You know what? Hold on. No. I'm going to let you do your thing. Go talk to these fucking niggers. Go ahead.
Stop.
Fuck you. Go talk to the niggers. Let them know what I'm all about and what their fucking rights they have.
Right. You want to go back to your house? I'll come back to you.
No, I'll stay right here. It's private property. Have a nice night. I'm going to let you guys get an education right now.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll do my job.
No problem.
You guys want to step in and talk, or?
I wanted to go away. I don't know him. I wanted to leave me alone.
Denise, I'm not going away until your husband stops fucking finding me and threatening me while I'm at fucking work.
Candy, cut it out, man.
Oh, wait.
Talk to them.
Arrest me.
I'm not listening right now. Relax.
You fucking niggers.
Just cut it out, dude.
Let me see you, Brandon. 3602 Gramercy Way. Come see me. You
Nobody's coming to see you, Candy. Go home. I'll talk to you in a bit.
That should not be allowed to go.
I agree.
That should not be allowed to go.
I agree with you. You want to go to the front real quick? See what's going on here.
Did you know there was monkey?
Candy, cut it out, man. Go home.
That's the first video that he came out with. Someone released the video over the weekend. That's the reason why Mount Laurel, New Jersey Police Department didn't have a choice but to react to it. Now they have a bigger problem on their hand for the simple fact is protests going on in front of Edward Mathews' house, and all his neighbors have to be a part of it because of his stupidity and his racism. And then someone apparently, I guess not too long ago, caught him at a park or something, and they decided to say, hey, what's going on, man? You know, that was a hate crime. And of course, you'd already know how he did. Oh, I have black friends. I have black friends. He want to change it up when a man, when someone's standing up that he don't know or anything like that. So now he want to try to change the narrative of the story. Now, I apologize about the language that is going on for people that may get offended by it, but this is the reality of what a lot of racist folks put other race through, which is unnecessary because we're all here together. Just like the guy said in the video, I was born in America, but because the fact that he didn't look like Matthew, he decided to tell him go back to Africa, wherever he was from. And the guy said, no, I was born here. But he just automatically assumed by the color of his skin that he wasn't supposed to be here. And see, that's the problem that America have, because America was stolen from Native American from the beginning. And ever since then, that opened up the doors for them to continue to do things with slavery. Over 400 years of slavery. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that still in slavery. The simple fact, they can't recognize that they even in slavery. Some people think, oh, my boss is the best boss, but he calling you a nigger right there in your face, and you think it's the best thing that ever happened. But you got to be able to stand up and say, you know what, enough is enough. Hold these folks accountable for their action, just like they will hold you accountable for your action. So that's a problem that we have in America. I'm going to play the second video. I don't think it's as long as the first one, but you will get the point how Mathews tried to backpedal and say he had black friends and he's not a racist. We see this also often. And then on top of that, I don't know if he still worked for the same company, but if it was me, he wouldn't be working for me. But here's the second video.
I'll leave the charges right now. Well, go get them, man. Go get them. Go get them fucking charges. Because what you did, man, that's a hate crime. And something going to be done about this shit. I ain't coming to your property. I'm going to wait for you right here in the park. I'm going to wait for your ass right here in the park. What you did is a hate crime, man. This type of behavior is why we are the way we are in America today, man. So what are you going to do about it? You need anti-oppression classes. You need anti-oppression classes, and you need to be charged for what you just did. You can talk to every other. My neighbor Jill, she's home right now, black, right? Barber. But it ain't just them. They're not the only ones. Listen, on this video right here. I'm so sorry. I don't do oppression classes. You are going to do it, and you're going to get charged for it too. And the Mount Laurel Police Department is coming under review because they need anti-oppression training. Go ahead, go get your charges, man. Go get your charges, man. Anything you guys want, I'm open for. I made a mistake, and it's the last thing I want to do. Go get your charges, man. We ain't with this racist shit no more. This shit gonna end, man. I'm out here in Mount Laurel, man, over that video. He told us to pull up, but I pulled up. Wrong person, man. Wrong person, man. He gonna get charged for this shit, man. And I'm coming after the Mount Laurel Police Department. Best believe. Best believe. Talk about they ain't at liberty to disclose what his shit is.
He put it out himself.
They ain't at liberty to disclose what his shit is. Nah, this is the type of shit that gotta stop, man. It gotta stop, man. And I ain't playing, man. I ain't playing with this shit, man. Let me see your charges, man. 100%. All because of ignorance, biased statements. Exactly what you're saying. It's a hate crime. Two different cops. Officer White, this is the officer that's in that video. You should have been arrested. Fuck charge. You should have been arrested. That's what I'm saying. Like, what do I can't make them shouting fucking monkey. It was wrong. Gender identity. There's the other one. Or arresting national origin of ethnicity. Right. Specifically by approaching the front of a residence of the victim and shouting fucking monkey. Where's the part of you calling them a nigger? Because that's totally on here. That's Officer What? there. This cop was not. This cop is the one. I actually ran this cop.
Who's the officer that was present?
This cop right here.
What's his name?
Officer White. 45 minutes before this happened, I chased him off this property because the cop's been harassing me. Now, what I did was not acceptable. It's completely wrong. So I'm looking you dead up here. I'm trying to keep this. And I know.
We coming,
you know
man. Like, you ain't gonna keep doing this shit, man. Y'all not gonna keep doing
Anybody
this.
that really knows me, gets to know me around here, I'm not racist.
Well, it's a couple people that got enough choice words to say about you. Defacing people's cars. You gonna have to move from up out of here. This is defacing cars. Listen, man. You're gonna have to move up out of here, bro. You can't stay here. You can't stay here, bro. You can't stay here. You're gonna have to move, man. It's multiracial families in this home. They should not be going through this shit, man. This is fucking racism, man, at its best, man.
You talk to every other black person in this development, and they'll tell you how friendly they are.
All right, well, you wasn't being friendly to that black couple that we saw on the video. And you sucked your chest out and told us to come. Watch how many people pull up here at your house, man. Listen, man. You could have handled it a different way. You could have went press charges. You were blatantly in front of that man's face. You were blatantly in front of that man's face. You put a suit cup in front of his face. You called him a nigger, a fucking monkey. You called the person that was videoing it a monkey. I don't care. That was enough to see. That was enough.
So the girl that videoed it, I don't even know who Brandon was. I can show you the girl that videoed it. Here's Brandon's girl. They were saying that they were doing it the day Friday, right?
Yeah, I seen that, bro. They sent all that shit already, bro. They sent all that, bro.
So
they sent me all that shit. That's why I'm out your door, man. That's why I'm out here.
So I'm glad. Most people that have talked to me so far, nothing else is gone because they get the truth. They talk to other people.
All right, well, we're going to demonstrate in front of your house today. You're going to have to learn that you can't fucking talk like that no more, man.
I got it. You know why? It's illegal.
Nah, no. That's something you got to learn on your own, man. That's something you got to learn on your own.
Just so you see, here's why I lost control Friday.
All right, well, listen, man. That's all fine. That's no excuse. That's no excuse for your racial behavior, man.
Okay.
This is the shit that we talking about.
What can I do?
Listen, we gonna help you get help. We gonna get you help. We gonna get you in some training. We'll get you anti-oppression training. We gonna get you into some mental health. You need that too. All right. Well, apparently it ain't working.
I already got 14 years and I don't even know what else to do. That's got me all screwed up. That's why I'm half the way I am now.
All right, man. Well, now it's time to get help because you can't keep doing shit like this, man.
I'm looking you dead here, so just go viral. I will never do this again. I will never allow this to go this far.
All right. Well, we're gonna make sure that. We're gonna make sure that. We're gonna make sure that. That's what you should have been. That's what you should have been thinking that day, man. That's what you should have been thinking that day.
You know what? I wasn't thinking clearly. It is what it is. I made too many mistakes in the past.
That's the second video. He gonna hold up a gallon of a liquor, saying that's the reason why he responded the way he did on Friday. But the problem is, like I said earlier, you allow, once you drink, your true feelings come out. There's no hose bar. There's no, oh, I can say this, I can say that. No, that's the way you actually feel. And you said you've been taking counseling for 13 or 14 years. Well, guess what? I take counseling every week myself. And it helps me to be able to speak and do things better than what I've done in the past. But at the same time, if your counseling is not working for you and you've been taking it that long, you might want to look at something else because that ain't working for you. For the simple fact, you still have these racist ways. And that's something that been taught to you for a long time. I believe they say he's 45. Well, 14, 15 years, and you trying to take away 45 years of racism, it ain't gonna work. It just don't work. It continued. You have to want it to work in order for it to work. And unfortunately, some people just don't want to change. That's why they drive around with the Confederate flag saying it's my rights, it's my heritage. But at the same time, that flag is a hateful flag because it don't represent America, even though most people feel like it does represent America. No, it don't. And even from America itself, it's a lot of hateful things with America. Here it is. Black folks had built this country, and it's still a debate 400 years later about a reparation. And they have no intention on giving us reparation. Yeah, I know Biden made Juneteenth a federal holiday, but that ain't enough. Hell, we still out here getting killed. And then you want to have our racist ass governor here in Texas, Greg Abbott, want to sign these bills and all of this that have nothing to do with people that's not supporting him. He's only making bills to try to get reelected. That's why he's so into trying to build this wall down there at the border and using our tax dollars for it. That's why it's time for him to leave also. And then over the weekend, yeah, I seen the story where a lot of these Republican Congress did not want to vote on investigating January 6th. Well, they all packed up and came to Texas to see old Donald Clown Trump. And when they go out there to support him, instead of voting on what you need to, that's why whatever state you're in, if any one of your elected officials that came down to Texas to see old Donald Clown Trump, y'all need to vote them out. Voting is very important. I don't care who you are. But you need to register to vote if you're not registered, and you also need to get out and vote, not just for the presidential election. Our midterms election are important, and our local and state elections are very important because those are the ones that influence our laws. The laws that are made today, they are the laws that our state and local are the ones that influence our federal laws. So you have to get out and vote. And if you get called for jury duty, please make sure you go. Don't try to get out of jury duty because jury duty is very important. Because if you mess around and get an all-white jury and the evidence saying one thing and they still find a person guilty, now we have another innocent person going to jail, all because of the color of his skin. So all of that do play a part in it. And then you have the judges. Yeah. And need to vote on them too. Because a lot of them they not about us. They don't care. You guilty as soon as you walk in there just because of the color of your skin. So yeah, we do need to make a change. And we also need to change the way that we've been doing things over the years. A lot of people still say my vote don't count. But the only reason why your vote don't count if you don't get off your ass and go vote. And then on top of that, if your vote didn't count, they wouldn't be trying to do this Jim Crow voter suppression laws, trying to change it to make it harder for you to vote. Here it is down in Houston, Texas. Same thing. One of the largest cities in Texas, and they closing down polling place in the low income community. So yeah, your vote do count, but you also got to get out and vote. I've had people say, "Man, I voted for the first time, and when I got out and voted, I felt good because it turned out the way I wanted it to." But it doesn't make a difference. Because we don't know which way it may go. It's not just you and me. Everybody got to do their part. It's your right to vote. A lot of people have lost their lives trying to encourage us and give us this right to vote, but a lot of people do not want to be a part of it. So yes, we definitely need to definitely take a part of it and get out and vote. So I'm saying all of this because here it is. Even in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, that police department, because apparently they have a thing. I don't know nothing about them, never been there. But apparently they have an issue with what's going on because that cop that came up, he had like he didn't even care. He did not care about what was going on. He did not care that these folks is making a complaint. He didn't care because yes, Edward Mathews should have been arrested on the spot, even after he told him, made all the racial comments right there in front of him. And see, here's the key. Yeah, they gave him a summons to come to court, but then if you have the right judge in there, guess what? We'll never hear about it again. That's where I come in at, because I will keep on looking into it and making sure they hold him accountable. And not only that, hold that police department accountable for it. And now look at all the tax money that this city is having to pay because of one racist ass person. So other than that, I had a lot more stories I wanted to talk about tonight. Y'all can actually call in 972-591-3665, 972-591-3665. But please do not block your number out. And if you call in, definitely listen to the phone, not to your computer, because trying to listen to the computer is a delay in it. And you may not realize I'm actually answering the phone. So you can actually call in, tell me your opinion about it. And it's so much off in this whole situation, because I believe someone sent me, Miss Risky, actually. If y'all just not tuning in, Miss Risky is on the show with me on Thursday. That's my little sister from a different mother. And she actually sent me another video on this, and I'm gonna play this one. So I guess it's an update somebody did out there. I haven't listened to it, so we'll be hearing it both at the same time.
Police here in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. This is the scene now here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. This protest has been ongoing now for several hours. If you've been following my tweets, you know that this involves the case of Edward Cagney Mathews. Edward Cagney Mathews. He was a man who was seen and reported on video unleashing a tirade of racist rant to a family here in this neighborhood. At one point in the video, he actually encouraged people to come to his home. He gives out his home address, and that is what has happened here this afternoon. Hundreds have now gathered here to protest in front of his home in response to that racist video. Other people here telling us they've had other encounters with Mr. Mathews over the years, and the police have been able to do nothing in their cases. So this is all culminated here in this large protest here in this Mount Laurel neighborhood. No sign if he will be leaving the home anytime soon, or if police will give any other update. Police did say that they don't condone any of the things that they saw in the video, and that he is facing charges for harassment and bias intimidation. That is the latest at this hour. We'll have a lot more maybe this afternoon on action.
Why so?
So that's actually a reporter that was reporting at their live. And if you are out there in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, like the official Boston, she tried to call. I believe that was her to try to call in earlier. If you are listening, if you are someone that is out there on the scene, would like to call in, definitely call in and let us know what's going on out there, because this is an issue that it involves all of us, because we've seen this so much that people come out and they'll change that whole narrative, make it seem like they the victim and they are the aggressor in this situation. So that's a problem within itself, because we see a lot of videos where people do this. They cause a problem, but when someone check them with that problem, they turn around and feel like they are they're actually the victim in the situation, but you're not. You are the aggressive one. And unfortunately, people is tired of this. People are tired. People are like, you know what? I'm not taking this no more. I'm not. I'm tired of this. I'm ready to have some action. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of people are today. And it's hot. People been locked up in the house for what, a year and a half? And now they coming back out. They don't have time to fool with stupidity like this. So unfortunately, Matthew signed the check. His ass can't cash. And it's going to be a long night for their neighbors. And I feel sorry for the neighbors, for the simple fact that the neighbors itself is it's disturbing them. for the simple fact, with all the people out there, it was, if I had to say, it was at least 200 to 300 or more people out there. And looking at the pictures, it may be close to 1,000 people out there in front of their home. And I don't think they're going nowhere no time soon. So Matthew wrote a check that his ass can't cash, and that's all to it. There's no other way of putting it, but that's one of those situations. If you can't back it up, don't do it. And trying to blame it on the alcohol, you should have paid attention to Jamie Foxx a long time ago. You can't handle it, don't drink it. But people not taking that for an answer. You wrote that check, you told people pull up, they pulled up. You don't want to put your address out there, and you want to try to blame the police for putting your information out there. No, you gave your address. You gave the address. Nobody gave it but you. So because of that, that's your fault. A couple other stories we're going to talk about briefly. Another incident. East Coast standing their ground, because over the weekend, Patriot Front, which is a white supremacy group out of Texas, they tried it. It didn't work out. They go to Brotherly Love City, Philadelphia, and try to go in there and do a march. That didn't work out too good for them. I think they said they made it a couple of blocks, and they was approached by some of the residents in that neighborhood. And when they approached them, they had to get the hell up out of there, because they said, no, not in my city, you not. We're not taking this. So they end up having to leave. This group is known for the facing the George Floyd monument, and they also was part of the rally in Charlottesville a couple of years ago. You know, the one that Trump said is good people on both sides. Instead of disowning them, he decided, oh, it's good people on both sides. So they got what they needed. They came up, they tried it, and Philadelphia showed up and told them, nope, not here. And they had to get somewhere. Ran them off. So shout out to Philadelphia for taking a stand. You're not doing this in our neighborhood. And then also, let's see which one of these I was going to do first. Let's go with Thomas Robertson. Ex-police officer out of Virginia, Rocky Mount, Virginia Police Department. He was arrested a while back for the January 6th terrorist attack. Well, in January, a federal judge agreed to release Thomas Robertson, a former Rocky Mountain, Virginia police officer facing multiple charges over his alleged participation in the January 6th Capitol Hill attack. But Judge G. Michael Harvey release conditions were clear. Robertson cannot own any firearm, destructive device, or dangerous weapon while his case was pending. If he owned any guns, he must relocate them within 2 days. Days after his release, authority found 8 firearms at his home in Fairburn, Virginia, according to court documents. The judge gave Robertson a second chance, reminding him of his release condition. Then last month, authority found a loaded M4 carbine and a partially assembled pipe bomb while conducting an authorized search at his home. Court records state Robertson is also accused of buying, and I'm going to say it real loud for you can hear it. He's accused of buying 34 firearms online and transporting them in interstate commerce while under federal indictment. He purchased 34 more guns online. Now they are asking the judge to revoke Robertson's release order and issue an arrest warrant for violating his pretrial release term a second time because the defendant has shown utter disregard for the court order prohibiting his possession of firearm and other weapons during the time he has been on pretrial release, and because he was further flooded his release condition, the repeated violation of the federal firearm law, the defendant presented a danger to the community that no release condition will, according to Majesty Assistant U.S. Attorney Elizabeth Ann Alla and Risa Burkholder wrote in a motion filed Wednesday in the U.S. District Court in Washington. An attorney for Robertson did not immediately respond to a message from the Washington Post late Thursday. Robertson could not be immediately reached for comment. He has pled not guilty to all charges: obstruction of an official proceeding, aiding and abetting, entering and remaining in a restricted building, or grounds disorderly and disrupted conduct in a restricted building, or grounds and disorderly conduct in a Capitol building. The prosecutor motion comes days after Attorney General Merrick Garland announced that the Justice Department has reached 500 people in connection with the insurrection, among them the first defendant in the January 6th riots to face charge, including assaulting the journalists. So this, I still stand where I say, if this was any other terrorist, because this what this was, a terrorist attack. Any other terrorists, they would not get bail. They will be in jail until their court date. But some of the judges have allowed them to go on vacation. There was another one we talked about last month. I believe he ended up shooting, going hunting or something and posting it online. There's another one not even supposed to be online that is still online. So here it is. These folks not taking it serious. And then the grandmother, they talking about because she was a grandmother and she cried in court and she felt sorry. They're only going to give her 3 years probation. And I think it was 70 hours of community service because they felt sorry for her. And here it is, you have a grandmother that was taking a computer class at the time and couldn't answer her phone because she was in class and she back in prison. But she was a grandmother when she went to Washington on January 6th. She knew she was a grandmother. Hold these folks accountable for their action. That's what you do. If you start holding folks accountable, some of this will stop. But people think twice before they do stuff like this. But when you get them a slap on the wrist, oh, I just got 3 years probation. That ain't nothing. I could do 70 hours of community service. Do that in a week's time or 2 weeks the most. But once again, hold them accountable. Give them the sentence that it should be. But here it is. And Trump sitting back looking because he encouraged all of it. Hold them accountable. That's how you make a difference. It need to be equal justice across the board. Equal justice across the board. I don't care who you are. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. That's the way it should be. You do wrong, you should be held accountable. What's wrong with holding people accountable? But some of them don't care because the color of their skin, they feel like it's okay. It's their rights. That's what a lot of them yell all the time. It's my rights. But guess what? It's your right to be held accountable. And I know Miss Risky and I, we've been talking about it. We still working on it. But we're gonna do another show that shows the difference between black laws and white laws because it's a big difference in it. A lot of people don't want to see it, but even on the last show, if you're on YouTube, go look at it on YouTube. Had a black guy and a white guy, same crimes, pretty much the same background, same judge. The black guy got a longer sentence. The white guy got a shorter sentence. But they say we're all equal. No, we're not. No, we're not. And let's talk about the Olympics since we're talking about equal. Let's talk about that because the Olympics not equal. They changing rules as they go. Don't want the sisters to wear swimming caps to fit their hair. We know how they doing Sakara Richardson. That's not an enhancer drug. And then what a lot of people don't realize, another track star tested positive for steroids. Her excuse was she ate a pork burrito from a food truck the night before, and that's how the steroid got in her body. Now, I'll let y'all figure that one out because my response was, if that's the case, we all got steroids and everything in our body from the food we eat if it's not organic. So, and they took that for an excuse. Then the other sister who unfortunately had an abortion and missed her drug testing with documentation, suspended 5 years. You can't tell me it ain't some foolishness going on. And matter of fact, it is a petition going on for Sakara Richardson, a petition going on to try to let her run her race. Let her run her race. A lot of people have spoken out. At this point, go after the sponsors. Hit the sponsors up. That's how you make a difference. Hit them in the pocket. Yeah, I know it's in Tokyo, but I'm sure some American companies that are supporting the Olympics that donated money to it. Hit them up. I appreciate what Nike done. They said because Sakara did take responsibility for her action, they're going to continue working with her. That's great. That's great. But Nike, I'm sure you have some influence on what Tokyo Olympics does. Y'all need to speak up. So I knew something was going to happen when I seen all these sisters winning all these competition. I said, some happy for all of them, but at the same time, when they know they're going to dominate the games, that's a problem. People try to do whatever they can to change it, try to change the way that it's supposed to go. Let it be free. Most states, it's legal to smoke marijuana in anyway, but it's not going to give her faster power. For years, I was told marijuana supposed to make you sleepy, make you relax. So I don't know. We're gonna be continue looking at that too. But if you're just not tuning in, you are listening to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. We're here Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. You can always live chat with us. You can also call in. Like I say, when you call in, please do not block your number. 972-591-3665. 972-591-3665. You may want to talk about a subject that we're talking about, or you may want to give us some breaking news, something else that is going on that we haven't heard about yet. So you can always call in during a live show. And we can always bring you on live and let's have a discussion about it. But as for the former police officer that was brought up, Thomas Robertson, he'd need to be back in jail and held there. Now, he had a half of a pipe bomb halfway made. Now, when the riot did happen, they said they found some pipe bombs. I don't know if it was him or not, but he's making pipe bombs. You might want to look into it, see if it's the same type. But he should be held accountable and put in jail. Edward Mathews. Yeah, that's a sick case. He need to be put in jail also. Trying to make sure. It was one other story out of, I want to say it's out of New Jersey also. Let me make sure. Yeah, Patterson, New Jersey. This came out last week and I forgot about it, but this officer made an arrest. And while the brother was in handcuffs, he ended up kneeing the brother in the face and lied about it on his report. Beat this brother while he was in handcuffs. And he was sitting up against the wall. The guy came up, kneed him right in the face. Well, it came out a couple of days later, he was fired. The mayor okayed it to terminate him. So he was terminated. We need leaders that's not afraid to hold the cops accountable, but also he need to be charged. He need to be charged for what he did on video. So hopefully he will. I know they say he's facing aggravated assault and official misconduct charges. This incident actually happened May 26th, but it just came out last week. And he was terminated the end of last week. So yeah, he need to be face charged and held accountable. For that mayor to take a stand and say, you know what? He don't need to be a police officer, because a lot of these police officers, they're given the option to resign. They resign, then they turn around and when they resign, they go get a job at a neighboring city before it ever hit their record. And that's what we don't need. And so hopefully that cop go ahead and face charges, hold him accountable. So, but other than that, y'all can catch us every Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. And we can you can chat live with us, click the notification, subscribe to the channel. We talk about all the hot news of the day, whatever is going on. This is the channel for the people, as Marcella say all the time. It's the people show. That's because everybody is invited here. It doesn't make a difference who you are, who you represent. We just ask for you to be truthful and bring facts. Bring facts. No conspiracy theory. Please never put links on my page. I will block you then. But other than that, until tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time, I love each and every one of you. Till then, peace.